All right, this is my first live. I just want to do a test. I just want to see how this works. I'm not like too technology friendly here, so I just wanted to see what this looks like. And so I have my phone here with my tablet because, like I said, I still don't know how this works. And so I thought I would just come in and say hi and see what's up. It's the afternoon. Of course, I'm going into work in a minute, so I wanted to just kind of do a test drive on this live, see how it sounds, see how this works, see how this technology stuff is. So, anyways, hi, Froggy. Hi. This is my first live ever, so I just wanted to make sure you guys can hear me. I wanted to make sure you guys can see me. Um, it's here in Minnesota. It's snowing, but I'm really like so more concerned about my friends in the South and in Texas and all these other states. So I just really want to look out for those people because on YouTube as a community, we talk with people all over the country. And so this is the time now that we need to support. So if you're out there and if you're having a hard time, with going through this winter storm, like me, I live in Minnesota. I'm used to it. It's snowing now. It's not a big deal. But I know to a lot of you out there that it is a big deal right now. So if you're going through a hard time, reach out to us. That's why YouTube is here. And so that's wonderful. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me. I've only done a stream like one other time and it echoed so much that you couldn't hear me. And so I've always been so scared to be able to do this again. And so thank you so much, guys, for just watching for a second, just to help me with this test drive and see how this is. I'm really excited I really want to do like a late night, like a girls' night. If any of you guys are interested in like doing a stream and giving some advice, making some jokes, some recommendations or anything in the nighttime, like comment and let me know because I just really want us to like bond as women. So if anyone is interested in that, I'm a server for 16 years. And so if any of you guys are servers and you have any server talk that you want to do, um, I had a funny story yesterday. I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. And it's not normally what I want to talk about, but there was this man that came into the restaurant and I speak fluent Spanish. Okay. I really do speak Spanish. I've spoken it for over a decade. And this Spanish man comes in. Long story short, he ends up being kind of rude and disrespectful. And I'm really good at laying down it and saying, you're not going to do that here. You're not going to do that with me. At the end of the story, after I've had to cut him off and then I didn't want to serve him any more alcohol, he was really starting to be like disruptful in the restaurant. The lady that was sitting at the table with him came to me privately and she said, I'm so sorry he's being so rude to you right now. I'm so sorry that he's mean. And she said, he's the owner of a restaurant. I don't even understand. So I kept that to myself, right? So we go on and it's time for the guy to leave. And this little short guy comes to me and he says, do you know who I am? But it would be great if it was like a little Italian accent. But he was like, do you know who I am? And no, I don't know who you are. And he said, I am the owner of this restaurant. And when he did that, he handed me his credit card slip and he left. Well, this owner of this restaurant did not tip on a $200 bill. So it was really hard for me to not be upset and not be angry because I think us restaurant people, like, we should stick together. Like, even if you were going to be shitty like that, like, I don't even know why you took the time to boost and tell me who you are. But anyways, now I know who you are. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that forever. It was just kind of a little short story. I'm so glad that you guys are watching me and able to hear me. And so now I feel confident. I've been wanting to do a live stream for months and I'm just so nervous. And so I just really appreciate you guys answering me to that. I know that a lot of us, I wanted to make sure because I just have a little time before I go back to work. I really wanted to make sure that this was before Charlotte because we all know that 4 o'clock is Charlotte time. And so we don't want to, mess anything with that. I was in a really wonderful live yesterday with Caroline Caroline is so great, guys. She seems like she's just being so sweet, and she did a really, really nice tarot reading for me that literally made me cry. It literally, just did something to me. So, guys, if you guys catch Caroline, like she's really taking her time. She's wanting to do these tarot cards. She's not even wanting to charge anybody, and she's donating some of the money. She's donated some of the money that she's made, just for that. So I thought that that was a really nice experience that I could see yesterday. So, hi, Nikki. What's up, girl? Thank you. Thank you for letting me know everything is all right. So it's just so nice to see familiar names. YouTube has been wonderful lately. I can breathe. I've been going to other streams and talking with other people and talking about other shit besides KJ, and it's been great. And I'm just so happy. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been nervous to be in a stream, and like I had weeks where I would like go into a live and be so nervous that they're gonna say something and I just leave real quick and like, oh no, did they see me? And I don't feel like that anymore. And so I'm finally have what I wanted is I wanted to be everywhere, and I just wanted to make connections with people. I'm not a very social person like I always used to be, and YouTube is so fun for me. It's such a good way to distract me. It's really kind of helped kind of clean me up a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, I struggle with drug abuse. I really would like one day for us to be able to talk about that one day. If anyone has struggles like that, that would be open. And so YouTube has really helped me get kind of like my social needs out. And it's just been so good to have this type of platform. I love that we can talk with people all over and everyone's got stories. I made a video about my mom and the hard time that me and my mom are having in our relationship. And people just throw their heart out telling me their relationship with their mother as well. I mean, this stuff is wonderful, guys. We can really do something. We can really support each other instead of talk about who did what to who. You know, um, it's really interesting how I've learned YouTube has this language, y'all. And there's all these words that I didn't know what they meant, and now I know what they mean. But if you guys pay attention, we literally have like a YouTube language. Like you would never would have thought what the word of doxing is. That would have never crossed my mind. There is so many just like little, it's kind of like, I feel like, how the mobs, and they're always like, she's a rat. Are you a rat? Don't be a rat. That's kind of how YouTube is with doxing. It's like, don't be a doxer. Don't dox anybody. Don't, I thought that was, I've always felt like that's kind of the interesting correlation. And I think that's wonderful that we look out for people's privacy and things like that. So I just want to remain as private as I can, but also open as I can, because I would never want to be in the situation like some of these people have been in this year. I mean, if you think about Lori, if you think about Nat, if you think about some other, people that have been thrown in the middle of these hard situations, and I'm sure that they had no idea that their whole life, would be affected by that. And so hopefully, even with Caroline's donation that she's giving, can help a little bit with some of that to try to make it better. And hopefully everything calms down with that. I hope one day that we do see, that everyone just feels open to come out on the internet and they don't feel scared. So, but thank you, Nikki. You've been clean since 2009. Yes. You are such a strong woman. That is amazing. Don't you ever forget that, girl. Don't you ever. So we have so many struggles as women. I mean, guys, I was talking about the other day how there's so much to do as a woman. I mean, men, they wake up and they scratch their balls and they walk out the door. And we have, as women, we have so many responsibilities, and we're so critical of ourselves. And when we're critical of ourselves, is whenever we can give in to temptations and things that aren't good for us. Like I'm super a distracted person, and I really I feel like a bad person when my kitchen is dirty every day and I come home and I have all these dishes and I just stare at the dishes and the dishes stare at me back. And instead of cleaning the dishes, I internalize it and tell myself I'm a bad person, I'm a bad mom, how can I be so lazy? Um, so I think I, as women, we do that and we need to support each other. Listen, if any of y'all are watching this, you have dirty dishes and you have dirty clothes and you have stuff all over and your car is a mess, who cares? It's about being a good person. It's about being a good person, and we have to let those little things go. And I'm trying to find a balance in that. I'm trying to find a balance from keeping my life in order, keeping organized, but also keeping myself sane and making sure that I have balance by myself, that I have a balance with my child, that I have balance with my husband and with work, you know? And so it's really been on my mind lately that a restaurant business that we work so hard and it's taking a lot out. We've just helped open a new restaurant and it's been so overwhelming. I haven't even just been able to do anything just because that constant, you know, having to start in this new project. This restaurant is brand new. It's been open for 2 weeks. We've been planning for months. We've moved and it's been so much writing on this. And now we're actually rocking and rolling, but we're tired as but anyways, I think that thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. And Tina, I got you too. I got you too when you need it. I really do. That's what I'm talking about. Um, and I just and I think that girl, I'm telling you, you don't have to know me and I don't have to know you, but if we can support each other because a big point of me wanting to do YouTube is there's so many females I don't like in their face. Do any of y'all have females that you don't personally care for? But if I can type and chat and stream and connect with other people in the world, you have more of an option. You know what I mean? Who cares about that person at work that you don't like? You have your community within us, within Charlotte's community, you know, within whatever community you like or wherever we're at. So, yeah, Nikki, you're right, girl. Y'all are awesome. I'm so glad that I can get over my nerves of doing a live stream because I really want to do this. But I've just been super nervous. And so I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everything. I appreciate people being supportive in the journey that I went to. And it's just made things so awful. Yo, I had been heartbroken for over a month about KJ, yo. Like legit heartbroken. Like I don't know why. Like it just bothered me and now I've healed. It's like a toxic relationship that you couldn't get over. And then when you're over it, you're like, yes, I can breathe and the world is good again. And I don't, you come out of the cloud. And it's something that I was telling somebody about. My relationship with KJ was like an 18-year-old little girl in love. And it sounds weird, but listen to my point. Because when you're a young person in love, you're naive and you believe everything they say. Just because they look you in the eyeballs or they look the camera in the eyeballs and they say this is the truth, you know, when we're young and we're in love, we believe that. So when I first came to YouTube, I just believed everything she said. It was the first person I ever saw, and I believed it, and I believed it until, you know, until there was just so many videos that had been deleted that had been brought back up and stuff like that, that I was like, oh, nah, you know, there is so much fucking negativity in this world. We are in like a pandemic. Like shit is crazy. Look, why are we focused on this minimal stuff that doesn't matter? So anyways, I really want to be more positive. I want to talk about positive stuff. I want to make some jokes. I want to tell some good stories. I want to tell you, you know, some advice that I have. I have celiac disease. I don't know if any of you have celiac disease. It's been something that has changed my life. If you go back in my channel, I have a video and it shows some pictures from then and now and how celiac saved my life. I used to be over 400 pounds. I used to have my heart hurt when I walked, and it was just, I was that person. And then I had a baby, and after I had a baby, celiac activated. And when it did, all of a sudden my life went upside down because I was a fat girl and I wanted my chicken and I wanted my cake and I wanted all this. But what I learned was that I ate too much. And since I ate too much, I couldn't handle it anymore. My body, just said, we're not doing this anymore. And it's opened my eyes to realize that food is just for what we need, and we need to think what our body needs. And I'm so glad that I've changed my mind about my perspective about food, because now I don't depend on food as much as I used to. And so I'm still a fat girl. I'm still big. I still love myself, but I care more about what I eat. And if you look at the different chemicals and stuff that we eat in everyday things, and you actually look at it, you actually look into what is in, chips and sodas and stuff like that, it would really blow your mind. But, anyways, it's all about balance. You have that day you want to kill that bag of Cheetos, kill that bag of Cheetos, but don't kill that bag of Cheetos every day. So, hi, Truffles. Thank you so much for coming in on my first live. It's just some rambling, guys. I just wanted to talk for a few minutes. I know some of us are getting ready for Charlotte. I'm going back into work in a few minutes. But I just wanted to just pop on here and say hi. I want to do a live later in the nighttime when I get off. I'm still kind of getting used to this technology and how this works. And so that I appreciate you guys hanging in with us. We can all learn new stuff. An older dog can learn, new tricks. But, Nikki, it's just putting on weight. It's about us being happy, and it's about balance. Let me tell y'all this. Okay, since we're getting into this. So I worked in a retail store for women. I worked in Maurice's. Okay. Maurice's is a clothing store, and they have plus sizes, they have regular sizes. And I learned a lot, but one of the main things that I learned first was that the most beautiful woman in the store was not secure about herself. You wouldn't believe how many dressing room meltdowns that I, was with somebody that was beautiful. People don't see their beauty, or people just, Tina, if you've gained some weight, but that has nothing to do with your face, with your heart. I mean, what does that have to do with your heart? Your heart got to work a little harder, but other than that, but the most beautiful people were so insecure and were actually hard customers because they were so insecure about everything. Here's another thing I learned in clothing. Back in the day, y'all, we didn't have kind of plus, and we didn't have a lot of things for us bigger girls, right? Well, now there is so much for big girls that the women who are thin have a hard time finding clothes, and women that are thin and short have a really hard time. And I never thought about that. I never thought, I'm 5'10". I never thought about shorter ladies. The dress doesn't flow right. The jacket doesn't flow right. There's a lot of things. It's not easy, for me being a bigger girl and being like, oh, look, she's skinny, she must have it all. No, because it's hard sometimes to find clothing that fits right. And I was just really surprised to see that going into a job working in retail, I learned some things I didn't know. So anyways, thank you, Trouble. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, anybody else. I'm going to pop off of here. Thank you for my ramblings. It means so much for me, for you guys to take your time and listen to me and encourage me. And now I'm going into work, and I'm going to feel like a rock star because I got my YouTube peeps. So anyways, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to do a live again soon. Thank you for staying tuned, and I'll see you later. Have a great day, guys, and y'all be careful, okay? Bye.